The Bank of Japan is now attempting to stop the carry trade from unwinding. The Bank of Canada just warned that the US tariffs will trigger the worst crash since 1992, with a 2+ year recession ahead, in which tariffs are supposed to be moving forward. Tuesday, March 4th, the US 10-year Treasury yield just fell to 4.3%, which is the lowest since mid-December. The fear and greed index on the stock market is now sitting inside of extreme fear. The fear and greed index in the crypto market is now sitting in extreme fear. We saw the SPY drop for 1, 2, 3, 4 consecutive red days, coming off of all-time highs to the bottom of this parallel channel, which we'll talk about in a second. We are seeing the VIX rise, the volatility index for the S&P 500. Last night, we seen $2.7 billion in dark pool selling in the SPY in the S&P 500. Is this a market crash? Is this finally the move, or is this a trap? The DXY, the US dollar index, was selling off alongside the S&P 500. Gold was selling off alongside the S&P 500, alongside the DXY. Why is this not normal? Why is the inverse now trading in tandem? Why is everything selling off? Everything. This is a massive case of deleveraging. We have been talking about liquidity issues in the market across the board. It's finally time institutions are exiting positions. We are seeing Bitcoin retrace down to 88,000 for the first time since November. I said if we crack this trend line, if the SPY comes down, Bitcoin is going to fall hard, and it fell hard. And now that Bitcoin is underneath 91,000, I see this as a major warning for the market that there could potentially be more downside. Bitcoin did get a wick all the way down to sub 86K, which was one of the price targets that I saw Bitcoin hitting between 84 and 86K as the first leg down. If things get extreme, then the bottom for Bitcoin to bounce off of, in my opinion, is 73,000. Now the SPY is trading at 591.70. We have called out several supports, and you can see we got a perfect bounce, at least for right now, off of this parallel channel. If I bring you onto the weekly chart, you can see the same thing. This has to be a bottom for the S&P 500, and if it is not the bottom for the S&P 500 and we do start to trade beneath this, or we do start to open next week at any point below 590, this is going to be extremely bad for the overall market. And it is not too late to get in, even if you are not in puts yet and you're missing the train, quote unquote missing the train. If we do open beneath key levels, then there's a lot more room for downside, and institutions are telling us that indirectly. They're showing us that indirectly. This is a massive case of deleveraging. That's why you're seeing several assets, not just the stock market, but the US dollar and gold also selling off, and cryptocurrency also selling off. Now, a side note, Ryan Cohen did finally just follow his third Bitcoin account. He started following Bitcoin. First it was Gamestop, obviously, then Bitcoin Magazine, then Bitcoin, and now we're seeing this massive sell-off. Now, if these theories come to fruition, this would be a great time for Ryan Cohen to actually finally purchase his Bitcoin. But we'll talk a little bit about GameStop a little bit later. Tech stocks since Thursday. MicroStrategy is down 23%. Palantir is down almost 33%. This is not updated correctly because I know it's down about 30%. Tesla down 13%. Intel down 12%. Nvidia 11%. Broadcom 11%. Amazon 8%, Meta 7%, Google 5%, Microsoft 4%. Everyone is telling you that there are major dip buy opportunities in the market, but I'm going to tell you right now, cash is king. Cash is king. Yes, you can dollar cost average into these if you want to wait 5 years and definitely likely make a profit. In my personal opinion, nothing I say is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but there could be a lot more room for downside to go, and that's why I say cash is king right now. Now, we did cover Ethereum cycles. I've given it to you before, and this has likely confirmed that we are where we are, in which case we would be ending this crypto bull market, this crypto bull cycle. Now, there are still a lot of things to watch, but I do want to state that crypto is actually at a massive dip buy opportunity for the long term, because crypto makes some serious gains. I think the market cap is going to get a lot larger, but you can see a lot of these altcoins are coming down to key support levels. This is just Link as an example, Chainlink. Then we are seeing Bonk have the heaviest retracement it has ever had, which is down 80%. I see a lot of opportunities in the market. Now, we saw Tesla absolutely get smoked. We had trade ideas set up in the Discord. Hopefully some people taken those. We launched them out last night, and almost every single one, if not every single one, did play out if you just followed these alerts, running stop losses, which you wouldn't even have needed to do. But Tesla cracked key support levels at 328.50, 321.50, 316, came all the way down to 303. If Tesla does not hold 303, this is an emergency. It's coming down to 270. Okay, if the market continues to sell off, Tesla's going to come to 270. Tesla's Europe sales also just slumped 45% in January amid weak demand and increased competition. This leads us into Nvidia. Nvidia broke below the golden pocket, which was right around 131 and really needed to hold 130. And it did not. It actually failed here. But not only did it fail here, it failed 127. This is looking ugly. It's down 3%. Given plenty of other plays, just like Tesla, are down much more. Tesla's down 8%. Nvidia is down 3%. But Nvidia is coming up on earnings, and this is not a good sign to enter earnings, because the move that I was expecting is somewhere around $147. Now, if we hypothetically seen a move from 126 all the way up to this range, that's going to be about a 17% gain on Nvidia. And the lower we go, the more unlikely that is, right? If we come back down to 122, you'd have to see a 20% move after hours, so on and so on and so on. Ultimately, this is high risk, high reward. And I really want to touch on AMC because this actually has earnings tonight. Adam Aaron just posted before I show you the charts. I encourage you all to read our press release and listen to our quarterly comments, as tomorrow afternoon, AMC Entertainment announces our fourth quarter results. Candidly, there is a stunning amount of false information and opinion grounded neither in fact nor reality about AMC floating around X/Twitter. The law limits what, when, and how I can talk about AMC, but I will have a lot to say about AMC tomorrow. Now, this is a little bit of a tin I'll throw in there. ICT that was called out by Checkmate over on Twitter. ICT trading, or inner circle trading, is a trading strategy that uses market structure and institutional trader psychology to give retail traders an advantage, analyzes price levels where large buy and sell orders are expected, identifies key times when market moves are likely, uses liquidity zones, order blocks, and market structure shifts to anticipate market movements, uses price action to identify pattern structures that indicate potential price changes. Again, just a little bit of tin. Adam Aaron could very well not be hinting at this, but what I want to say is that he does have a lot to talk about. If I'm free, I would like to stream the earnings, so make sure to have post notifications on. AMC is down to 321. We wanted a bottom at 325. We are cracking below that, down 4.46%. Based off of where we're trading at right now, I have been watching for this sort of move back here on AMC, and this move only saw about 11% drop. The next one after saw about a 21% drop. If we take a look at where AMC's move is at right now from the peak, you're seeing a total of a 16% drop so far. Not sure where this exactly is going to go. I'll state that we do want to hold $3. Adam Aaron saying he has a lot to say, but he also warned us that this earnings was not going to be that great, but maybe he's front running a surprise, right? Before I show you GameStop's chart, I want to touch briefly on SMCI. It's down 12%. It's at $45. This was an extremely risky bet to go calls on, but I do want to show you something. The 10K filing that has to come out tonight showing their earnings is not released yet. It's a deadline. If they don't release it today, they will be delisted. And that is why this company is selling off drastically. The closer you get to that, the closer people want to take a little bit of money off the table. Because at any point they can announce, we're not going to drop a filing or whatever, right? Now, what I find so interesting is that even up to last night, institutions are loading up on SMCI. I don't know why, if it gets delisted, that they're doing this, but you can see institutional ownership right here coming to massive amounts. Now, obviously, that was when we were lower. They could be letting go now, but what we're seeing is plenty of them actually load up on SMCI for some odd reason. Makes me think that we may see, there's a little bit of a possibility to see a pump after hours and then some sympathy head over to Nvidia, which will bring us towards the earnings, hopefully a great earnings, and then you know, come up to 147 on Nvidia or whatever, so on and so forth. Just a possibility, just something I wanted to bring up and throw into the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. GameStop is at 24. It's down 3.8%. I told you if we finish this head and shoulders pattern, bear case scenario, obviously based on the market, what it's doing, this is bear case scenario, and we're seeing bear case scenario. Given, keep it in the back of your head that a lot of these squeeze plays, just like Volkswagen, the largest squeeze, had a very deep valley that was very, very quick, and then a V-shaped recovery. And a V-shaped recovery, a very, very fast bounce, a lot of times occurs when there's low liquidity and deleveraging happening, which is happening in the overall market. Now, where will GameStop bottom at? First of all, I said if this head and shoulders plays out, we finish the head and shoulders at 23.75. 23.75 is the measured move. What this blue line is down here, this is Roaring Kitty's average at $23.40. So we'll make that bigger for you. $23.41 Roaring Kitty's average, and we are coming very, very close. We are basically 60 cents away, 70 cents away from hitting Roaring Kitty's average right now. Lastly, we did fill a gap yesterday. People are still saying that we filled the gap. I'm not sure what other gaps people are seeing here, but we did fill a gap yesterday. And as of right now, we are just waiting for this reversal on GameStop. Now, since we missed a key window on GameStop, there's a couple other things to watch out for. First of all, if we do trade alongside this bars pattern, this OG bars pattern, you actually start a very, very big melt up and squeeze April 20th, like Roaring Kitty was talking about. That would ultimately give you the mother of all short squeezes by late September. Or we have a flash crash right now, which could be Roaring Kitty's emoji, and then cheers, and we squeeze from here in March, right? This is something that could very well happen alongside the market as well. Now, the SEC plans to terminate all 10 regional directors ahead of the bombshell Doge coming to audit them, which are likely to find a lot of fraud and abuse in the SEC system, and that's why they are, you know, starting to clean up shop. Apple is just holding up strong. Very odd in the way the market is trading right now that Apple is just sitting here. Hims got absolutely obliterated on earnings, down 28% right now. Tem also got obliterated, down 20%. I see support here and a potential buying opportunity at $55, but be careful. MicroStrategy absolutely selling off, getting obliterated, down to 250. It was literally just at $300. Is MicroStrategy going to stop? Well, there's a problem with MicroStrategy, and it's that if people are deleveraging in Bitcoin and the premium for this stock is trading too high, what has to happen here is MicroStrategy has to sell to offset losses. And if he doesn't sell to offset losses, he has to dilute the company. If he wants to dilute the company, people are going to sell off of the company. And if people are going to sell off of the company and he can't dilute the company at some point anymore, then he has to be forced to sell his Bitcoin, which is ultimately going to crash the company. So if Bitcoin doesn't go higher, MicroStrategy is likely to fall a lot further. I'd watch for a hold around 220. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. Make sure to join my Discord server so we can come chat after this video, because this is a wonky market and you're going to want to be in here. This is the top link in the description of the video. We talk stocks and crypto all day long. We have high success trade flow orders. AI sends out. They also send out dark pool trade alerts, insider trade alerts, market news, analyst grades. I also post my trades as soon as I take them. And overall, best vibes in there. Very, very, very great family. And we look forward to having you guys pop in the server. And if you want up to 30 free stocks, it's the second link in the description. Download Moomoo, open an account, and deposit into your account to start earning up to 30 free stocks, each valued up to $2,000 per stock. Do it before February is over. That is it, guys. Subscribe to the channel and turn post notifications on. I love you all. God bless. Lottery Stocks out.